I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning with loading up a show file. So I know that we've done this before and that it's a little bit different depending on which location you're at, because we have in Bel Air and Middle River we have our HOG4 consoles, and in Rising Sun and in Lake Norman we're currently using a HOG4 on PC setup. But all the principles remain the same. The software operates the same way and speaks the same language no matter where you're at. So I'm going to do a quick overview. This is all going to be from my laptop, so it'll be a little more applicable to the PC setups, but it's still the same idea. I will say that I've already cheated a little bit, and I have the file on a USB drive already. If you're going to be loading it, especially onto a console, you're going to have to grab your HOG USB drive and pop over to a media computer that has access to the Freedom Production Dropbox folder. And inside that folder, there is a weekly show files folder that contains the show file for the week. So every week I put a new folder in there. Reminder is that the files are always named for the events that are included that are ready to go. So sometimes if it's just a Sunday, I'll have the date, so it'll say something like FC 5/14/23, and that'll be for Sunday, May 14th, 2023. That would be an old date at this point. But if we have like another event that same weekend or that same week, sometimes I'll include that in the name. So, if it's, for example, I have an old file here. It's FC47, so April 7th, plus FSP46, because we had a First Saturday Prayer event on April 6th, that same weekend of the 7th. So it's just a reminder that when you are looking for the appropriate file, the events that are finalized and ready in that file will always be listed in the name of the file as well. So you grab that file, you copy it onto your USB drive, and then you plug your USB drive into the USB port for your console or for your PC, and you'll see the start screen once it's powered up. So here's our start screen right here. And as you can see, here's the old file, 4.7 and 4.6. So that's not what we're looking for. For this exercise, we're going to be referring to this past Sunday, this being the 21st that I'm recording, is August 18th. That's the one we're going to be using. So we're going to, from the start screen, we're going to go into Browse to look for the correct file. What that does is it opens this window, and this is a list of all of the show files that are already on your PC or on your console. So right now it's really clean because this is on my computer. I only have these two files. If your console has a bunch of files on it, you might have a list a mile long, and you can always go back and grab an old file if you needed to for whatever reason. But what we're looking for is our HOG USB to get the file into the console. So we got to back out of this folder here, the show folder, with this little folder up button. And now we can see that we're looking at our computer with our hard drive and our USB drive. So we'll go into the USB drive, we highlight the file that we want to open, and we press OK. Now what this does is it takes us back to the show file folder that we were looking at when we first hit the browse button. And what this is telling us is that we've selected this file, it's a compressed archive file, and so now we need to tell it where to go. So our goal is to put it into the shows folder so that it's saved to the console, and that's what this window is telling us. Okay, we've selected it, now we're saving it to the console, and it's going to extract the file. So on the physical consoles, usually this extraction is a lot faster. On the PC version, it usually takes a minute or two. So just bear with me until that's done. All right, so here we are. Show file is finally loaded up, and you see we have our two HOG PC Windows here. So now that our file has loaded, to get everything set and ready to actually be used, you just come over here to our Views panel at the top of one of your two screens. It'll either be on your console or on your computer screen, and you click on the one for your campus. I put one in here for Hot Springs for when we get there. So Bel Air Middle River is right there. They have the same setup with the console and one extra monitor. On a PC, the view looks wrong because it's set up for a console. So Rising Sun, this is what you guys see when you pull it up. Lake Norman, this is what you guys see. But once I get all these videos done and get through all the training, we'll probably end up sharing something more like this once you're set up to start queuing through everything in your gatherings. So now we've pulled our show view up, and the very first thing that you'll want to make sure you do is make sure that the outputs are mapped correctly. So in our next one, I'll show you how to do that.